It's bird mac and cheese, and I'm still thinking about my opening line, but anyways, I guess some things just never change because here I am 4, maybe even almost 5 years later, still building custom hoods in The Sims 2, but this time I actually managed to record the whole process, finally! Because all of these years I've built a lot in The Sims 2, but it was always something preventing me from actually recording and doing any videos, be that university, be that job. Now I have neither, so I can do those videos all that I want. Actually, it's not a good thing. And I'm kind of devastated, but I guess making videos will make me feel a bit better. I'm planning to make a little series about this particular town, from initial decorating to building, maybe even creating families, and all of that. I'm not entirely sure at this point, but I have the urge, so I guess I'll do it anyway. Because I actually really enjoyed building this hood. Today I'm building Lynen Cove, and Lynen Cove for now is a placeholder name. I might leave it be, I might change it later, I'm not sure yet. Actually I have other ideas, but I want my hood name to be extra special, but I can't really come up with anything interesting for now, and I will be thinking into that. Or maybe I'll just leave it be and name it Lynen Cove, I'm not sure, but anyway. The main focus of this episode is nature. I will be decorating mountains, hills, shores, planting trees, and things like that. And by the way, the terrain I'm using is Sunnyside by bonfiar. I hope I pronounced that right, and you can find it on Mod The Sims. Basically, it's like a modded version of the Sidrada Valley, and I just can't escape this map. I adore this map. I'm obsessed with the Sidrada Valley map, and it comes from someone who never actually played in the Sidrada Valley as neighborhood itself. But the map, it's just chef's kiss. I absolutely adore it. Even now, I have a vanilla hood that I'm playing behind the scenes, and it's also on Sidrada Valley map. So again, I'm kind of hyper-fixated on it. I just love the grid. It's pretty spacious. I really enjoy the smooth shore access. It really makes placing beach lots a little less painful, which I'm grateful for. So yeah, I really love this map, and it applies both to original Sidrada Valley map and to Sunnyside as well. Really good map. But let me finally tell you something about the town itself. The original idea came from kind of unexpected place. One day I just decided that I really want to build a town with most of its residents working in local businesses, because I don't know, it kind of seemed realistic to me, and it seems realistic to me now as well. Because unfortunately not everyone gets all of those fancy jobs, and I really wanted my town to feel coherent and connected. So Sims would actually know their bosses, their colleagues, I would see them at work when playing as a business owner. It's like some kind of open career. Not really, but it's as close as we can get, I guess. So naturally I started thinking about the vibe I'm going for. For nature, I was thinking Oregon and maybe a little bit of Montana. Don't get me wrong, I never personally experienced this state, and the closest thing I've got is playing Far Cry 5 for 60 hours. But still, I just wanted it to feel like a little bit creepy forest town with big mountains. That's it. The other reason behind my choice is probably my own experience, because I always lived in a very mountainous area, and it's always easier to build something that you get to experience and to see every day. Also, it's kind of off topic, but every time I leave for traveling and visit other places, I always feel uneasy if it doesn't have mountains around. I can't really explain this feeling, but it's so uncanny. It feels like someone took away the borders of the world and you'll be able to just walk off and fall down the textures, you know? I don't know how to explain that, but it's such a strange feeling. Mountains just make me feel safe, I guess. And speaking of mountains, if you wonder where all of those huge cliffs came from, it's from Cliffs of Insanity by Anachronisims. They just look incredible and also come with new textures for all of the vanilla rocks and cliffs as well. It also has different flavors and colors for you to choose. I'm personally using the hard rock ones. You can really go crazy with mountains with this set, and it's really cool. This set contributed to the build a lot because, well, mountains are focal point of this town, and without this set, that would just not look the same. So yeah, really enjoy this one. Now I'm placing like a million rocks, and if you wonder if it affects performance, yeah, it's totally fine in every mode except for decoration one, because it starts to lack in one particular place of the map, the one I'm building right now, because I have too many rocks here, I guess, but for me it's fine and manageable pretty much, and lacks are not as serious. I just love this million rocks too much, and I just don't want to get rid of them at all. At first I wanted to be as minimalistic as possible, but pretty soon I understood that it's just futile, and I want a lot of natural decor. And I really wanted a lighthouse as well, and settled for Life is Strange 1. I actually haven't revisited Life is Strange for a while, and it kind of gave me some memories about the game. At the time it came out, it was pretty personal to me. It felt personal at least, and I really want to revisit it one day. I'm kind of off topic again, but I just want to yap about my favorite games, so please let me do it just for a while. It's just interactive movies is kind of a genre that I have complicated relationships with. I guess you can call Life is Strange an interactive movie. I remember my first ever interactive movie being The Walking Dead by Telltale Studio, and I was just too young for this experience, let me tell you that. I was really young, but still, great game, thinking about it up to this day. And the last of the genre I've played was Dispatch recently, and I actually kind of obsessed with Dispatch at this point. I've beaten it 3 times in a row. It has its rough edges plot-wise, but when you're really enjoying the game and when you are invested and when characters are great, you don't really pay attention to rough edges. Honestly, you just let yourself have fun with a good game, and that's what I did. That's what I absolutely did. But I won't go into too much detail. It doesn't really make sense anyway to dwell onto other games in my Sims 2 videos, so let's just move on. I'll tell you more about the hood building. Actually, it was kind of cursed because everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. For starters, cheat for modifying terrain started to glitch out my hood for some reason, and I wasn't able to fix it at all. As a result, I was kind of unable to use the cheat. As you can see, I'm not modifying the terrain and I'm just using what I've got. Then my G-shade just stopped working. I have no idea why, but I have to reinstall and it refused to work at first. Then it worked, but some shaders didn't, and it took quite a long time to figure that out, which also was kind of random. I just reinstalled G-shade for like 5th time, and this time it worked, apparently, for some reason. I don't know, I have no idea. So, as I fixed it, I got to work on the hood almost immediately, and I have quite a few plans and many ideas I'd like to implement in some way at least. I am picturing a road motel that would serve as apartments. Maybe for Sims who don't have much money yet, or for new Sims in town. I don't know, it just seems like a nice touch to this small town. I also want to build a gas station with a mini mart, then maybe arcades, post office, pizzeria. I I just want to have a plenty of small businesses so everyone could have a job. So I have a lot to come. I have plans for building a functional school and a functional detention center, along with integrated legal system. Another thing I'm very enthusiastic about is building a local church. Of course, it won't represent any real religions, that would be a place of worship of the Watcher, as in The Sims Medieval, one of the best Sims games ever. There would be some holy symbols as well, the Eye of the Watcher, the Platinum Blonbob, and the Golden Llama. As for the Eye of the Watcher, I'll place it in the church and in followers' houses. And for the Platinum Blonbob, I'll place the Belagov statue somewhere in the neighborhood. I actually tried to place it in this episode, let's say, but it looked kind of awkward on the hills, so I'll put it somewhere in the town later. Maybe by the church somewhere, we'll see. The only concern I have is that there would be too many Sims if I want any business position to be taken by someone actually living in the town. Personally, I'm not a big fan of playing with an extremely bloated number of households, and I like to keep it small if possible, around 15 families. I might think of something. Maybe I'll place multiple families in one household to make the overall list smaller. We'll see. We'll see about that. For now, it's a pretty distant thought. First of all, I have to build the town itself, and then that would be worth thinking about households. And I hope that pink soup won't consume everything until that day. And now I wanted to tell you a couple of things about how I play Sims 2 now behind the scenes. Now I'm kind of switching between modded game and unmodded game. When I'm growing tired of modded game, I'm playing vanilla, and when I'm tired of vanilla, I'm playing modded game again. Now I'm in my modded era, as you can see, but I actually really adore unmodded Sims 2 experience. And by unmodded, I mean no default as well. I still have a few mods, like some fixes, but nothing gameplay related. Maybe aside from a couple of mods that let you break up at any time, for example, but nothing too drastic, just options that the game has anyway. So, my favorite way of playing now is the Build a City challenge. I actually always love this one. It's a completely new way to play and it forces you into some levels of management and decision making. If you don't know what Build a City is, it's a challenge where you start in a completely empty neighborhood and you don't have access to anything pretty much. You have to unlock jobs, you have to unlock services, you have to unlock some gameplay features, and even subhoods, universities, and all of that. This challenge really gives you the feeling of progression, and it also gives you an opportunity to create something truly unique, to make your neighborhood unique and meaningful, because it is really your choices as the player that shape it step by step, you know? My current unmodded neighborhood is called Vanilla Bay, and it already has 13 families and 43 residents. If you're kind of bored of your game, I highly recommend this challenge, especially if you're a builder. It's old, but it's like classic on this point. But I've mentioned playing modded as well. It's because I have another neighborhood, Redwood Cove. This hood is so precious to me, but unfortunately it started to succumb to the pink soup curse. There are just lots that are completely broken and they flash pink all of the time. I tried deleting them, but it never helped. Pink soup made appearance on other lots anyway, and that's actually such a shame. It's still playable, it's not completely broken, but it's very pink and it crashes a lot. And let me tell you, it doesn't even have that much decor, so I guess it really is a curse after all. I think that I may even make videos about these two hoods. Vanilla Bay is relatively new, I've played 7 full rotations only, But I've managed to hit Generation 2 already, and some of the Gen 3 are Sims. Because unmodded game means vanilla age as well, and Sims age too fast in the unmodded game. And as for the Redwood Cove, it's 9 full rotations and Generation 2. Both hoods are not realistic or complicated at all. I'm just chilling and having fun. But they have some lore already, and if you're interested, let me know. And someday I also want to make a video about my Pleasant View, but my Pleasant View, honestly, it's pretty old and kind of outdated. It's also very chaotic, and I myself don't completely understand what's going on there. It has some questionable decisions on my side as well that not many Sims players would agree with. I mean, of course, everyone is free to play the game the way they want to, but some of my pairings and some of my life decisions are just unpopular, let's phrase it like that. I don't really play Pleasant View right now, even though this exact version of my Pleasant View has a very special place in my heart. It was just fun, you know? It had an alien cult that was created by one of Alexander Goff's alien twins. It also had Bella Goff, who was alive and well, and she moved to the downtown and became a secret agent. It had an unbelievable amount of drama in the Pleasance family, so much so that I don't even know that I could tell about that on YouTube. It's nothing too graphic or controversial, but it's just tragic. And it also touches on the topics that many people are familiar with in real life, and I'm just not sure about all of that for now. Anyway, now that I'm telling you all of that, I really want to go back to my Pleasant View, but unfortunately, I don't think I can. Because, well, the way I stopped playing my Pleasant View, actually the straw that broke the camel's back was the fact that I've lost my spreadsheet. And it wasn't even the complicated one. I used it only for rotations, and it was really important for me. But my Microsoft account was hacked in, and that's where I had my spreadsheet. The sad thing is, there was nothing at all at this hack but one single spreadsheet. And overall, the account was pretty useless. I had no info there, I had no purchases, like nothing at all. But I've lost my Pleasant View rotation, and now I have no idea who am I supposed to play and when and how. So I'm not sure I'm coming back, but I won't be deleting this neighborhood. I don't think I will. But also, as already mentioned, it's kind of outdated and I have made too many mistakes. I have way too many heavy loads there that made my Pleasant View go pink as well, and it's not nice. Not nice at all. And yet again, some families and lots succumb to the soup completely. But still, I have lots of warm memories of this Pleasant View. It was just right amount of chaos that I enjoy in The Sims 2. Most of the Pleasant View family's descendants became supernatural beings of some kind, so yes, my Pleasant View is mostly fun and games. Aside from that one pleasant household accident, of course. And now on the footage you can see that I'm trying to place some kind of monument on the hills. I initially wanted to make some kind of statue there, so it could be seen from pretty much anywhere in the town for this ominous vibe, but I didn't. But it just didn't feel right. Maybe that's even better, but I didn't like the look of it. So I'll place my Bella somewhere in the town later. So anyway, we are getting closer to the end of the video and I want to talk about the town itself once again. When I've just started, I wasn't entirely sure that I would be able to do something agreeable, but actually the result is not as bad as I initially thought. I kind of trusted the process and it worked. It's pretty nice. Also now it's kind of giving medieval fantasy. If not for the lighthouse. Surely that would have a whole different look after I'll get the actual buildings, but for now it's kind of medieval, I don't know. I get some medieval vibes from it. I used to play Sims 2 with medieval custom content, by the way, but now I'm just too lazy to collect all of the CC and default pieces again. I did it on my old, now dead laptop, so my CC collection just vanished, and now I have to collect it all over again, but I don't really want to. And on this note, I'll leave you alone with the music and the footage for the rest of the video. There would be a little before-after comparison in the end, which turned out kind of nice, so don't miss that as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. And I hope there will be next one. Thank you!